It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And all eyes are on Cooper Kupp, who's now over 1,000 yards receiving on the season. It's the Packers and the Saints on Thursday night.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years, and our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Well, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us here at EA Sports to all of you on this Christmas day. We so appreciate you joining us with Brock Hewer. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, it is always a unique moment finding yourself playing on Christmas, right? It's the holiday atmosphere all throughout the stadium. We're seeing Santa hats, we're seeing those Christmas-like necklaces, but it's also a really important end-of-the-season game in regards to both playoff and draft position.
Yeah, Kate, that's really well said. And last century, I got to play in an Aloha Bowl.
Savor them while you can, football fans. Just 2 weeks left in our regular season as we get underway in Week 17. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And bringing them out as a former 5th rounder from South Carolina. And before that, Oklahoma, it's Spencer Rattler.
A win is a win for him. Whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And he works through a lane for a gain up to the 30. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second and 6 coming up here. They stick with McCaffrey. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Here we go, second and very long. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. And the Packers at a 5th DB out there for this 3rd down play. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Hauled in by Godwin. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Rattler to the air now. He's on the move. He's running for it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. New set of downs for him from the 46. Motioning one of the tight ends. That's caught by Chris Olave. And they make this stop, I'm going to say, at about the 37-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Man in motion, out of the slot. They go play action with Khan. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Got to figure out this third down here. From the shotgun, Carr. On the move, headed right. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
Just knowing this quarterback in his mindset, there is no question he would give up 400 and some yards he threw for last week for a W. Really, stats don't matter. No matter how productive you are playing that position, and boy, was he last week. It really comes down to finding a way to win. As they like to say, winners win in the end, and he and his crew got to get it done today.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Now it's Purdy. That'll be complete to Jacobs. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still second down.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Running it after the penalty. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the old lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after two straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
Tight end going in motion here. On third down, Purdy has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the gun is Purdy. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Taken in by Luke Musgrave. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Sent to the ground by Pete Warner. And the Saints go in nickel. Third down. To throw again, it's Purdy. Brought in along the sideline. Just need an official ruling. And they said catch. Great play. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And a man is there to knock that away. Trying to force one through there. So second down coming up. Now Purdy. Throw left side to Watson. And he's going to be at midfield now as he gets out of bounds. So now here's 3rd and 5. Purdy to throw it. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. The Saints and Spencer Rattler coming out for their next drive. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together, finding the end zone. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down by Quay Walker. All right, here we go, second down. Rattler setting to throw. Little off center, his man just couldn't adjust to it.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. Keyshawn Nixon returning this for the Packers. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And you can see he's valued well beyond his work just as a runner. He's leading NFL backs in receiving touchdowns late in this season. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Tackled on the play by Cameron Jordan. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 48. Finds a seam down the middle. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Christian Watson with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. On the return, here's Mims. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And this is a good representation right here of what the playoffs will look like come the postseason in 2 weeks. Still a few things to finalize, though, which makes this week and those divisional games next week incredibly important. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 26-yard line.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And they get him down after a solid gain up to the 31. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Now Rattler. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. So before this is punted away, officials stepping in. Looks like a timeout was called by the receiving team. 4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Packers will take over possession. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Running back sent in motion. Pretty throwing here on 1st. Buys time, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense more often than not leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively in a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
On second down, Jacobs. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Only a couple there, hoping obviously for considerably more. And that's going to bring up third and very long. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And he's there to send that one away incomplete. Didn't read the intended target. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Packers send out their punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Collects this at the 35. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Doesn't make the connection.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
On the counter, McCaffrey. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the first. We played one here on Christmas Day. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They have it 3rd and 7. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
This is ahead for about 5. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. Offense to the line for second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Packers' 38-yard line.
From the 38. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Looking to throw, Rattler. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. On 4th down, out comes the Saints field goal team and Blake Grupe. This from 35 yards away. Mickatommy's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Out now runs the Packer offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Purdy throwing here. They'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Willie Gay there on the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Gets this one to Watson. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be 1st down, Packers. Purdy setting up that play action. That finds Jacobs, complete. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They are throwing it again. Able to get it to Reed. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Short pass brought in. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. They'll send their tight end right. 1st down throw by Purdy. He'll get this to Cup. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. They kick the running back in motion. 3rd and short. Here's Purdy. Escapes the pocket. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they take him down right along the 30. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Running on 1st here with Jacobs. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the gun is Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Brought down by Tyrann Mathieu. So now here's 3rd and 5. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Cut out left. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Packers now lead by 10. Brock Purdy with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers drive their lead to 11. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes the Saints offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now, off play action. They'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, a give to Miller. He's got a gain of 6 there. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's Rattler. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going, but that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Purdy on 1st down. All in left side. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. It sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 1. Has some daylight through the 40. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Packers with the football. New set of downs for them from the 46. Purdy looking to throw. Watson with the catch. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll be 1st down, Packers. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Hauled in by Musgrave. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 35 out of that one. And now they have a 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
They'll run. Jacobs has the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers push their lead to 18. Has this at the 6. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Saints are going to take over now near the end of the half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. Rattler back to throw. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Rattler setting to throw. That's complete to Wilson. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. The Saints calling for a timeout, their first. Rattler to the air now. That's brought in by Miller. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. Forced out to his right. He's on the move. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. 2nd and 3 now. Rattler. The throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. Looking to throw, Rattler. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touch. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but
Previous
the
play
replay
is
official
under
wants
review.
to take another look at this on their own. Oh, this one is really close, Brock. Did he establish possession and then get both feet down?
Yeah, maintaining possession while being a ballerina, not always easy. A lot to look at here, but I know he thinks he's got a touchdown.
So the officials looked at it twice. The replay officials in New York agreed, and the call on the field's going to stand. Now Rattler. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
Mickatommy's kick is good. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. We will not get another play here, Brock. That's to an E. Time's going to run out on the half. So we've reached the end of 2, and it's the visiting Packers out in front. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Not a big window for those halftime speeches. They're right back out of the locker room and set to resume play with the 3rd quarter. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Packers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Going run again with Jacobs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He's got Watson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Short pass caught by his tight end. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. Lloyd on the shotgun handout. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. A rookie from Texas there on the tackle. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Running back, motioning right. Here's 2nd and 11. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he drives this forward to the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They bring a tight end in motion right. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. Punches it in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers grow the lead now to 22 points. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Return coming from the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. And they may say they're not paying attention, but everybody maintaining a constant eye on the current playoff picture. A lot on the line each week for the teams that think they have what it takes to make a run in the postseason. Wilson on the slant. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Throwing his Rattler. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 19. Hitting Olave on the slant. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the 1st.
That's good for the Saints. 1st down.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Escapes a defender. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal.
Saints, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints start the 2nd half with some needed points. Chris Olave with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock. So we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again. Unlike these officials, we got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
So the celebration can resume on that sideline. The touchdown stands. He's got it. Looks like both feet were in, and that's going to get them 2 points. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Packers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Pretty throwing here on first. That'll be complete to Jacobs. And that's good for a gain of 5. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Back to the line they go. It's second down. They'll go from the gun with Lloyd. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They send one of the tight ends in motion right. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Saints headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Rattler. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Handoff here for Miller. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run with crossing that first down marker.
And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Throwing on 3rd and long. That finds Miller complete. And this one does not go far.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And the fair catch secured here at the 16. No return on that punt. And the Packers are going to have a long football field ahead of them on this drive. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. On the option, it's Jacobs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short game.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding the big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. You needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Saints will get set to take over. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Straight ahead, here's Miller. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Well, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He's got Godwin working that sideline. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
On the give, it's Miller. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. So just a lone quarter remains in our Christmas Day game. It's the Saints ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 41. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. Tight end motioning right. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. Purdy on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Cut by Jacobs. Jukes his way into the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
They've got 1st down from the 31. From the gun is Purdy. That finds Jacobs, complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Jacobs running behind center. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Running it after the penalty. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. Purdy to throw it. Able to get it to Reed. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Purdy setting up that play action. He'll get this to Cup. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Packers.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Running back sent in motion. First down throw by Purdy. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Green Bay. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers stretch their lead to 21.
Saints 14.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. On the return, here's Mims. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Rattler setting to throw. That one's incomplete over the middle. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face 2nd and long. Rattler to the air now. He's on the move. Now he takes it.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Desperation time here on 4th. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential first down.
They've got first down from the 31. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Looking to throw, Purdy. Reed's got it. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he won't don't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They stick with Jacobs. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Now a toss. This is Jacobs. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
On the return, here's Mims. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. The turnover on downs only led to 3. Obviously better than a touchdown, but enough to rattle them a bit as they return to the field. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. Cut by Miller. Has some daylight through the 40. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
That one's cut along the left sideline. And they take him down right along the 30. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 now from the 30. A give right side to Miller. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding. Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Throwing from the gun here. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Big play sets him up pretty here with 1st and goal from the 5. Working inside the red zone. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We've got to see what this flag is all about.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
He was downfield in a hurry, hoping to help with the play, but that effort cost him points as the penalty wipes out that touchdown. Throwing his Rattler. This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Rattler. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to some...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints making the scoreboard look a touch better. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to drop plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
The Saints will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it! And he makes the catch, so hope not entirely extinguished just yet. Still a little glimmer remaining as that makes it a 2-score game here late. Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. Oh, and the kicking team's got it! The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Now Rattler. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it'll be 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Rattler back to throw. Caught by Godwin on the slant. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Offense in the hurry up here. That's complete to Wilson. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. The Saints calling for a timeout, their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2nd and 3 now. Throwing now. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
He finds him beyond the marker. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's 1st down. That's complete to Gesicki outright. And he's tackled for a short gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And that one's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. On the give, it's Lloyd. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. He'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the end after the absolutely tremendous game that he had. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for and made. Looks like that's at the 36-yard line. So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And it's a very happy holiday for these guys as they take the victory here on Christmas.